Right, so are you ready for some topic analysis? Oh, is this the last
And
time I'm giving you anal for a while?
aw.
Aw. Just a little while. Oh. All right, so uh, cannibalism, the practice of eating the flesh of one's own species. According to sciencefocus.com, this list of animals also engages in cannibalism.
Yay. Okay.
Spiders,
hmm
freshwater shrimp, sand tigers. Oh, sorry. Sand tiger sharks. Dying poison frogs? I'm not quite sure. Guess it's just a type of frog. Great apes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Orthocanthus sharks. Hippopotamuses.
Oh, I didn't know
Tyr-
that.
yeah, is now in wild. Tyrannosaurus rex. And tiger salamanders. So,
T-Rex,
those are,
really?
yeah,
You know what?
apparently.
I feel like with that one, like prove it. Because first off, did you just like study the contents of one T-Rex and then decide for the entire T-Rex community, oh, they must be cannibals? Like you could have came across the Dahmer of the T-Rex people. They're not people. The T-Rexes and been like,
The
"Oh, they're all like
outlier.
this." Yeah,
Right. Okay.
prove it.
Interesting take on that list of.
Hippos, though, the hippo fact makes them even more terrifying to me than they already
Dude,
are.
yeah, those motherfuckers are scary.
Yeah, I would rather
Like,
fight a T-Rex.
same. I think you have a
Yeah.
better chance of surviving a T-Rex than you do of a fucking hippopotamus.
Yeah, a hippo will get your address and like Uber to your house like if you run away. Like they'll figure it the fuck out.
The word hippopotamus means what is it? Water horse? River horse. It means river horse. But
I
when
didn't know
Emma
that.
told me that fact, I just was like, "Nuh-uh, they're water pigs." River horse
Oh,
versus water pigs.
water
They're way
pigs. That
fucking
makes them
scarier
sound
than
cute.
horses.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck that. Okay. All right. So, human cannibalism. The Psychology Wiki page reads Cannibalism, from Spanish canibal, in connection with alleged cannibalism amongst the Caribs, also called anthropophagy, from Greek anthropos meaning man and phagein meaning to consume, is the act or practice of humans consuming other humans. In zoology, the term cannibalism is extended to refer to any species consuming members of its own kind. So, Neanderthals are believed to have practiced cannibalism on their own species. Among humans, it has been practiced by various groups in the past in Europe, South America, New Zealand, North America, Solomon Islands, New Caledonia, New Guinea, and Fiji, usually in rituals connected to tribal warfare. Fiji was once known as the Cannibal Isles. Evidence of cannibalism has been found in the Chaco Canyon ruins of the Anasazi culture. I feel like I knew that. Like, do you remember hearing that term before, like the Cannibal Isles?
No.
Oh, okay. I feel like I've heard that before,
No,
but
not at
whatever.
all.
Sounds a little fucked up now. All right, so
I
cannibalism.
mean,
Go ahead.
yeah, I mean literally if they're consenting, but I mean probably not, huh?
But if it's like in your culture to like be consumed by the people who love you after you die, then you like are
Oh, that's
consenting because you're like,
yeah. Yeah. I think that's
you
beautiful.
know
If
what I
that's
mean?
the
Because it's like,
case, then I'm on board.
okay, okay.
Absolutely. But I also will say that
Cannibalism.
I'm so sorry. I knew
It's
it was going to go like
okay.
that. I'm so into talking about this. But I will say just because like and this might be a hot take, this might be controversial and this might get me like permanently canceled, but I feel like just because sometimes things are culture doesn't make it okay, i.e.
Mm-hmm.
genital mutilation. So,
Yeah.
just because it's like culture to take someone who's unwilling to do this
Right.
and cut them up beneath them. You can't be like, oh, well, it's my culture. Like, no, it's murder. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have a feeling like some of these cultures are they die of natural causes and then
Yeah.
they consume
If that's the case, hell yeah. Love that.
Okay, so cannibalism, as sanctioned by a cultural norm, is often distinguished from cannibalism by necessity, occurring in extreme situations of famine or under a plea of insanity. There are fundamentally two kinds of cannibalistic social behavior: endocannibalism and exocannibalism. Endocannibalism is a form of cannibalism, the eating of dead members of one's own social group, often associated with spiritual beliefs. Exocannibalism, as opposed to endocannibalism, is the consumption of flesh outside one's close social group. For example, eating one's own enemy. So I guess, like, the cultural thing that you're down for is endocannibalism, and exocannibalism is like what Dahmer did.
Right. Yeah. Would you eat your grandmother if she was like, do it when I die?
If she was like, yeah, when I die, make a taco out of like my arm?
Yeah.
Yes, I would totally do that.
Would you invite me?
I make a torta, but whatever. I mean, obviously.
Okay. Well, if my mom says that, then you're invited too. But I will say, like, she wears a lot of perfume, so like I think we're gonna have to like smoke the meats. You know?
I think my grandmother is gonna be delicious because she's eaten nothing but like beans and cheese and like tortillas her whole life. So
yeah,
she's
seasoned.
gonna be just magnificent.
Free range.
Delicious.
Free range grandma.
Free range grandma. I'm killing myself. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so an overview from the Psychology Wiki. The social stigma against cannibalism has been used as an aspect of propaganda against an enemy by accusing them of acts of cannibalism to separate them from their humanity. The Carib tribe in the Lesser Antilles, for example, acquired a long-standing reputation of cannibals following the record of their legends by Friar Brenton in the 17th century. Some controversy exists over the accuracy of these legends and the prevalence of actual cannibalism in the culture. So, at the beginning there, it's saying that like cannibalism used to be used as like this social stigma to like
you're a narcissist or you're gaslighting me, but back then it was you're a cannibal.
Yeah, basically. To like you know, slander them.
Fuck.
But this is actually like the same shit like when the Nazis claimed that the Jews were like killing babies for their like Christian babies for their blood libel or whatever. Like that's what that was.
I guess propaganda can be very extreme sometimes. Like
sometimes.
You know what I mean.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Propaganda is propaganda. It's always extreme. It's fucking lies.
But I mean, like in the sense where it's like killing babies and eating like eating baby dicks and like burning people alive or whatever. You know.
You know who else they used to say that about? That's like a fucking stereotype about witches. That like they'll fucking steal your babies and eat them.
Yeah. Well, that's the worst thing you can say. Like, what are you going to say to someone to scare them, to keep them away from something? Yeah. Like they're going to come for your kids. You know what I mean? It's almost like reverse, like you're fucked up for lying about it.
Yeah, no shit. So I just think that that's interesting, that just the idea that the notion that cannibalism has been used as propaganda against like quote unquote lower stock human beings, right? Like, because I don't feel that way about human life, but yeah, it's like, you know, and you know, the whole thing with the witches, it's like, it's even more upsetting because it's also sexist, because it's like witches are women usually in these like scenarios, especially in the past, right? It's always women victims, and well, not always, but anyway, it's just like the thing you can do is procreate and make life. So like it's like the most insulting thing to tell a woman that like she's a baby eater. Yeah. And witches are just women who are like smart women with ideas.
I know. And like one of the witch tests would be to like strap concrete to a woman's feet and throw her in the water, and if she sank, she was not. If she drowned, she was not a witch, and if she managed to get out and didn't drown, she was a witch. So you'd be burned anyways.
I'm pretty sure that's true except for the concrete part. They
Whichever.
they would just throw them into the river, and like because of the current or because of like their heavy clothing that they were wearing, it's like most of them would just sink.
But it would be just like the most ridiculous tests. Like, I'm gonna throw this brick at your head, and if you die from it, then you're not a witch. And if you don't die from it, then you are a witch, and I'm gonna kill you anyways. Ridiculous. It was just control. It's controlling women's body.
There's a war on women or something.
Back then.
It's so weird. It's almost as if this war's been going on since the beginning. It's weird.
Suspicious.
All right. So weird. It's boggling my mind. According to a decree by Queen Isabella of Castile, and also later under British colonial rule, slavery was considered to be illegal unless the people involved were so depraved that their conditions as slaves would be better than as free men. This legal requirement may have led to conquerors exaggerating the extent of cannibalistic practices, or inventing them altogether, as demonstrations of cannibalistic tendencies were considered evidence of such depravity. So again, you have the idea that, like, you know, the conquerors who came over here, when they found the natives, it's like they were exaggerating or even just inventing the fact that they were cannibalistic cultures so that the crown would then allow them to enslave the natives.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all bullshit.
Super,
by the signs of it.
Cool. Okay, so what possesses a human being to cannibalize another? The Psychology Today article entitled Why Cannibals Love Eating People by Deborah Sherman Coughlin, PhD, she claims that it's very hard to predict who will become a cannibal. Cannibalism is not all that common. However, when it does happen, it is absolutely... Oh yeah, I'm just reading this article now. However, when it does happen, it is absolutely horrifying. Once again, a cannibal killer has been caught. 21-year-old Ivan L. was captured in Russia. He was a chef who was enamored with eating human beings. He so enjoyed his craft that he made internet videos. Have you heard of this guy?
No.
I haven't heard of it either until I read this article. That's why I always just read you guys the article, but whatever. Throughout history, human beings have dined on human flesh. Whether it was an attempt to gain the enemy's strength or as a means to terrify opponents, cannibalism goes back a long way. There have been those lone individuals who find eating people absolutely satisfying. Some cannibals are psychotic. Richard Trenton Chase was a serial killer who consumed the victim's blood because he believed space aliens were turning his blood to powder. After all, he had to replenish it.
Annoying.
However,
I'm sorry, I just find it so fucking annoying when somebody is clearly has a mental health issue, but it becomes everyone else's fucking problem. Like, I don't hate you for the struggle you're going through mentally at all, but you're literally... I hate you. It's annoying. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, it's like, be responsible for yourself. Grow
yeah.
up. Okay.
Honestly.
However, most cannibals are not psychotic. They very well know what they are doing. The pattern is very clear. The killer lures an unsuspecting victim to his home and subdues him. Then an elaborate fantasy plays out. They enjoy the process of removing the meat from the skeleton. It makes them feel all-powerful and capable of something very few people have ever done. Even most serial killers do not eat their victims, so the cannibal is in this class by himself, and he knows it.
Ugh, also annoying, because I feel like some people just do shit to be extra. Like, this is why we shouldn't be giving serial killers fucking cool names, like the Dark Knight Bandit or whatever the fuck. Call them what they are, like little bitches. Like, give them silly little names. Honestly. Yeah, like Chode Sucker. Yeah. Or Fishy Boy, like... which we're gonna get into.
Okay. Fuck, where was I?
I'm sorry.
Okay, most cannibals are extreme loners. It's okay. They do not have friends and they are bitter about it. Incels. Killing and eating a victim ensures that the offender is never alone. He has the victims with him at all times. They can never leave. This helps the cannibal retain a sense of control over his life. To himself, he has demonstrated mastery over another human being. The victim is now part of him as a trophy. This is intoxicating and drives him to do it again.
Mm.
Unfortunately, it is very hard to predict who will become a cannibal. There may be signs in adolescence, such as killing small animals and drinking their blood. However, offenders go to great lengths to hide this behavior. Someone with psychopathic tendencies who is drawn to blood and death is always of concern. The fascination with gore becomes all-consuming to the point where the individual pushes living people away. I know, I was like reading this right now, I'm thinking about you. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Okay. Sorry, so the fascination with gore becomes all-consuming to the point where the individual pushes living people away. So you're like making living people. You're definitely not a cannibal.
Yeah. And I've definitely toned down like I still fall into my holes where I'll look at pictures. Like, I don't know if that's illegal, right? Like, this is on Reddit. Like, I don't go to,
they're online, yeah.
Yeah, I don't go to like I don't go anywhere crazy to look at these things, and I'm not like masturbating while I look at these. I'm not feeling joy when I look at these pictures. You know what I mean?
No,
it's not like that.
It's a morbid curiosity. It's like a gore fascination.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked up, but whatever.
Yeah, and I definitely feel sadness. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen some crime scene pictures where you can see this man came home, this woman was at her desk working. You know what I mean? And I feel definite, and I have feelings for those people. You know what I mean? So I would never.
Yeah, you're not like looking at it and getting joy from it. You're looking at it and feeling like almost heartache for these people.
Yeah. So it's not like I'm feeling something, you know what I mean? Because I used to think that. I used to be like, is there something wrong with me? Like, maybe a little bit, but like, it's not like I'm feeling nothing, which is a concern, and I'm definitely not loving it.
Would you go to a public execution? Like, if it was back in the 1600s? Okay, then there you go, same thing.
It depends on the charge, I guess.
Yeah, but back then they didn't care. They just like wanted to see a hanging. They were just like, we're so into it.
I would go. I would, yeah. Maybe that's not cool for me to say, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I've already talked about how I want to put all pedophiles on an island and go hunting, but like, yeah, sure. Okay, so I'm almost done here.
Okay.
Overall cannibals. Oh, sorry, overall cannibals. Overall. So not like the sometimes cannibals, but the overall. Oh my god. Okay. Take 2. Overall, cannibals seem proud of their actions, but they are adamant about the fact that they are cannibals and nothing else. One offender I interviewed was insulted that he had been accused of rape. He adamantly declared that he never raped anyone. He said, "I may kill them and eat them, but I never raped anyone. You make sure people know that."
Good. I mean, to be honest with you, like, and I will always maintain this, people might honestly come for me on this one, I truly feel that raping someone is worse than killing them. I'm sorry. People may disagree with me on that.
I would have to agree with you on that.
Yeah. Like, think about when you're watching a movie, right? And there's a recreation of a murder. Okay. Mm-hmm. You know, might feel a little bit whatever.
Yeah, you've never been murdered. You don't have to live with the trauma of having been murdered after you're murdered. Whereas when you're raped, you have to live with that trauma for the rest of your life. And yeah, there are people who definitely do the work to move past and move on that trauma. But it's still like all this work you have to do that like you didn't ask for. It's just, it's all bad. It's not fun.
Worth it, by the way, listeners. If you're going through that work, definitely worth it. Like, I promise.
Yeah. All right. Another offender asked his victim how he liked his meals prepared. In the interview, I asked why. The cannibal said, "I wouldn't want to insult him by cooking him the wrong way." Then, as if to justify what he had done, he said, "It didn't come easy, you know. I had to work for it. It took a lot to kill him." And that's my seg. That is your topic analysis for cannibalism.